Hey there, dear writer, and welcome to the How to Write a Book podcast. This is episode 200, Conquering NaNoWriMo, your ultimate guide and top 5 tips for success. Sit tight, we are talking all about National Novel Writing Month. Thank you for listening to the How to Write a Book podcast. Now, I want to give a special announcement. So, November is your month of transformation. Get a 1 hour coaching session with me by choosing any of the 3 options, or all 3. Option 1, join our Patreon for $1. Option 2, book a $1 coaching session on coach.me. Option 3, leave an Apple Podcast review. Send a screenshot to my email and get a coaching spot. Now, you can totally do all 3 and you'll get 3 hours of coaching. You can find all of the links to the Patreon, the coach.me, and my email in the show notes. Act fast. This offer is only valid in November to celebrate National Novel Writing Month. All right, writers, go ahead, get to it, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome to the How to Write a Book podcast, the show that helps you plan, write, and publish your book, even if you're a beginner or just feel like one. Now, for your host, she's written over a dozen books and helps others bring their books to life. Here she is, Maciel.
Welcome to the How to Write a Book podcast. In this episode, we're going to briefly talk about 5 things to expect during NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. All right, for all you beginners out there, I always highly encourage new writers to join National Novel Writing Month, otherwise known as NaNoWriMo. It's a challenging time of year, but it's super rewarding because it's a large endeavor for new writers as they try to get 50,000 words during one of the busiest months of the year. It's so much fun, though. Lots of great people to meet, lots of cool write-ins to be a part of. And I mean, overall, I loved it. It really started to kick off a yearly habit for me. And when I say a yearly habit, I do have a writing habit, but every NaNoWriMo, I know I'm going to get a book done, at least a rough draft. So it's an amazing experience. I absolutely love it. And it's totally for free. It's really just to empower new writers. One of the things you'll notice is that since I've been diving a lot more into dictation, I don't say, hey, every writer. I say writer now with a hard T, because dictation thinks that I am saying like a horseback rider, which makes sense because my T's are a little bit soft, and it might actually be a California thing. This came up on TikTok a while ago, and there's so we have lots of places that have T's in them, but we don't actually pronounce the T's. So this is quite a surprise for me. So for example, there's Monterey, right? There's Santa Barbara, Santa Maria, Huntington, right? Okay, but as a Californian, you don't do that. You go, we're going to Monterey, Huntington, Santa Maria, Santa Barbara, and it's like, wait, you pause and then you're like, I'm not pronouncing my T's. So anyways, Dragon Dictation has let me know. All right, let's dive in. What's the first thing that you can expect? A very brand new intense writing schedule. If you're not used to writing, this is going to be very different for you. So NaNoWriMo requires participants to have 50,000 words in just 30 days, which averages to about 1,667 words per day. So new writers out there, you might find this pace a little bit daunting at first. It can feel a little bit overwhelming. You might think to yourself, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to do that? I've never written that much before. And this is all about having fun. This is all about getting used to it. It's just like when you go to the gym. You can't be expected to lift, 300 pounds in your first go. You're going to build up to it. So, kind of get into this, enjoy the process. It's really going to help you encourage discipline and also help you to establish a more consistent writing routine. Even if you don't push that routine after November, you at least know what you're capable of, which is so helpful. The second thing you can expect is creative flow. Yes, creativity is creative flow. Yes, creativity in its flow. I love it. NaNoWriMo is really the opportunity to dive into your creative reservoir. Expect those moments of inspiration and flow because you're going to immerse yourself in your story. And this might be the first time in a long time or the first time ever that you actually take time dedicated to your writing. So really expect that you're going to suddenly, or not suddenly perhaps, but you'll have the ability to generate ideas and words, and you'll be able to enter that beautiful flow state. Now, our third thing to expect, which is almost in contrast to it, but it is expected, writer's blocks and frustrations. Yes, it's very common to hit any writer's blocks during NaNoWriMo because this is the first time that you're facing this pressure of meeting daily word count goals. But here we are, we're announcing it to you right now that it's normal. It happens, this is the first time you're diving into a complex and lengthy project. So you are going to hit obstacles on the way there. New writers should really just anticipate these moments of frustration, but don't let it discourage you, because self-doubt and that discouragement, it's going to happen, but it's pushing through these challenges. That's an essential part of the writing process. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. The next thing, or the expectation number for expectation, I don't know if that's a word right now. The supportive writing community. It's late, and I've been doing like 30 episodes in a row. All right, the supportive community. One of the unique aspects of NaNoWriMo is the community, and y'all know that I say this because it's so gorgeous. The community is awesome. Join their YouTube write-ins. Join your region. For the longest time, I was in the NaNoWriMo elsewhere region because I was like in the middle of nowhere. So, we couldn't really meet up. Everything was too far, but, at least I knew there was other people out there in the middle of nowhere like me. But now I get to join the LA group, which is going to be really cool. I'm really excited. Actually, I haven't joined this group yet. So it's going to be very fun. And I'm going to miss my elsewhere buddies. By chance, if you're out there listening to this, what's up? Yeah. So it is the community. The community is really such a beautiful place for finding encouragement, motivation, advice from fellow participants. Looking through the official website itself has so many resources. The virtual write-ins, so much fun. And a lot of the writing groups actually do like live in-person meetings too, so you can join that. It's just a super valuable support system. Now, the fifth thing to expect, which is kind of like you don't expect this, is an incomplete manuscript. Now, what I mean by that is that NaNoWriMo's goal is to get you a first draft quickly. So as a result, you should expect that your manuscript is far from polished, and it's going to be that way at the end of the month. And that's okay. That's okay. That's the whole goal. Remember to focus on quantity over quality during November. So in summary, NaNoWriMo is going to be awesome, challenging. Expect those 5 things, but remember to take advantage of it because you deserve to really put your book out there. So we're rooting for you, and we'll see you inside Nano.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the How to Write a Book podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you want to keep up with me and my work, check out the website blackheartedstudios.com. That's www.blackheartedstudios.com. And follow me on Instagram at Massiel Writes. That's at MASSIEL Writes. As a book coach and publisher, I'm passionate about helping aspiring authors bring their stories to life. So if you've been dreaming of writing a book and don't know where to start, head to my website and let's chat. You get a free 30 minutes on me. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.